Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be recreating this look that I did on my Instagram for my Ipsy August Glam Bag. Everybody really seemed to love the look, and I was asked to recreate it. Did a poll and everybody wanted me to replicate it. So today, if you want to learn how to make this look come to life, make sure you stay tuned.
Hey guys, let's jump right in. I'm prepping my lid with my favorite Master Conceal from Maybelline and blending it out with my finger. Next, we're going to go on with the MatteTrimony palette from theBalm. I only really used one shade from this palette called Matte Lopez just to warm up my crease to make it easy to blend those other shades that I use, but you can use any warm shade from any other palette that you have on hand. Next, we're going with an Hikari Cosmetics Cream Shadow in Fierce. I really love this shadow just because it went on so easily. It was so bold and it blended out so evenly and so well. Such a great shadow that went really well with this look. As you can see, I've packed it in, and now we're going to go in with our blending brush and just blend out that edge right there so everything can be blended flawlessly so we can go on to our next step. Here I'm just going back in with that Master Conceal just to carve out where I want that negative space on the look. It's kind of like a upside down teardrop that we're putting in. I made it a little bit bigger because as we do the wing, it's going to cover up that space. But I'm just going in really slowly, making the shape and then filling it in with my concealer. Just make sure you don't use too much concealer as we don't want too much on the eye. But if you have too much, just go back in with your finger or a Q-tip for that small space to take off the excess so you don't have too much on there, because then it'll get cakey. Here we are using Ciate London's Moondust highlighter, which is more of like a champagne-y tone. We're just going to use a nice flat brush to really go pack it in. I like to do the edges first when we have negative space like this, and then I like to fill it in oh so slowly just so it's really covered. Here we are just going back in with more of a tapered brush with that Fierce shade just to kind of help bring in that teardrop shape and shape it up just a smidge, and going back in and touching up some of that red around that teardrop just to kind of enforce that edge and make it a little bit cleaner. Here we are with Huda Beauty's Liquid Matte Liquid Lipstick in Flirt, and yes, I'm using it as a liner. I'm using a nail art brush though to do my wing liner for this, and we will also be going around that teardrop shape. I like this brush just because it is so flexible, it is so thin, so I can really map out those lines. I can get them really fine, really detailed. It makes it really easy for me to do. As you can see, I'm going around the teardrop, but I'm going really slow, really small strokes just to make sure I get that shape, and you can go in and make that line as thick and as bold as you want to. Now, if your teardrop wasn't really perfect, those lines weren't really crisp, that is okay. When you go back in with these liners like this, it's going to crisp up that line for you and give you that really bold effect that you're looking for in this look. As you can see, I'm going right back in with Fierce with a smaller brush just to really detail up that red a little bit around the edges again. Here we are just popping on some Maybelline primer to our face right before we start prepping our skin. One step I never miss is NYX Dark Circle Corrector. I always go in and tap it right into my eye bags because this girl's got some eye bags. But I always use this stuff because it's like a miracle worker. I love it. Next up is foundation. Lately, I've been using the Maybelline Superstay foundation, and because they don't have a huge range, I'm using 2 different shades and mixing them together. I really love this foundation just because it can really do some color correcting for you. It conceals really well, it blends out well, and it leaves you pretty poreless and pretty flawless, which I'm absolutely loving. Here we are going back in with my favorite Maybelline Master Conceal on all my favorite spots on my face, just to cancel it up a little bit more. And then I went and added a little white concealer from, I think it's LA Girl, just to highlight it just a little bit. This is a new thing. I'm trying to see how we like it. So, and then we're going to blend it out with a little brush. Today for this video, we're using the trusty old Airspun setting powder just to set all over the face. This powder is one you can find everywhere and anywhere, and I know everybody's got it in their kit because who doesn't love this powder and just smell like their grandma? I love this powder, it's amazing. As you guys have seen many times over, my trusty old Ulta Beauty contour kit, which I absolutely love because it's the right amount of warmth and not too much overdoing, because it's great for my paleness, my Casper likeness, which will be great for Halloween, but not for any other occasion except for Halloween. But that's okay, my season's coming. Next, we're going in with Juvia's Place Blush Palette Volume 2. Just using that little purpley shade down the bottom just to warm up my face just a little bit. Maybe more than just a little bit. I do love me a good blush. And here we are using Ciate London's Moondust highlight all over the face, as we're not in focus. Come on, camera. Here we are. There we go. Adding that little Cupid's bow highlight. We'll do the nose, inner corners, and right under our eyebrows. Yes, girl, get it poppin'. Make sure we go back in with Huda Beauty's Liquid Matte and Flirt right on the lips just to give it that extra little fall-y vibe, because you know we need it. Who's ready for fall? I'm ready for fall and pumpkins and Halloween and spooky movies. Little dab of mascara never hurt nobody before we pop these little falsies on from the Foxy Babes.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and creating this look with me. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe so you can be a part of the Split fam so you don't miss any updates, and you can hang out with us every time we are here. If you liked anything from this video, learned anything, liked any products, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave a question down below in the comments. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with us, and I will see you in my next tutorial.